Hey there. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to define the heating and cooling loads of HVAC systems for any building. The first thing that I want to talk about here are the different types of loads for HVAC systems. There are two types of loads, internal and external, and I have some diagrams here to help illustrate them. This diagram shows you the different types of internal and external loads that will impact the heating and cooling of your building. The primary external load is going to come from solar energy heating your building. The internal loads, meanwhile, are going to come from electrical components that are actually inside your given space. So this diagram gives a more systematic listing of the different types of internal and external loads that we'll encounter with your buildings. So in general, internal loads refer to heat that's generated from within the building, while external loads refer to heat that's gained or lost due to conduction, convection, and radiation through the envelope. The internal loads come specifically from building occupants, the lighting, and various other miscellaneous equipment, like computers and other office equipment. The external loads, meanwhile, come from solar heat through the window, conduction through windows, infiltration, underground surfaces, interior surfaces, roofs, and walls. But now I want to talk about specifically how to define the parameters for loads within the particular space. So basically, for every space or zone that you have for which you want to control the humidity or how hot it's able to get, you're going to have to define the specific loads and parameters for that particular zone. So, to use as an example, we're going to go ahead and define the load parameters for our conference room here. So go ahead and click on the conference room, and then you'll go over to the Properties window in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. This will show you all the parameters and properties for your conference room space. So, as you can see, there are a number of different properties that you can see and that you can then redefine. So, for instance, we can change the electrical loads for our room. So, all of these are going to be important in one way or another over the process of designing a building, but for the purposes of this lesson, we're going to concern ourselves only with the mechanical flow for HVAC systems. So for this conference room, we can manually enter the specified supply airflow in CFM units. We can also define the return airflow and the exhaust airflow in the same way. There are still more properties though. If you scroll to the bottom of the Properties window, you'll find a few more parameters. The important category for us here is Energy Analysis. The option that says Condition Type, if you click on it, lets you select what type of heating or cooling you want for your room. So you can choose whether you want to design only a heating system, only a cooling system, or both a heating and a cooling system. The next category is space type. As the name suggests, this will let you define the type of space that you're working with. So if you click the box next to space type, you'll see an option menu pops up. This menu lists a number of different room types, as well as their energy usage information and other parameters that are going to be relevant. We'll go with the generic building for right now, but you can choose whatever you want for your given project. Next is construction type. If you click the box next to construction type, another menu appears where you can define the different construction components, including the roofs, interior and exterior walls, ceilings, floors, slabs, doors, windows, and skylights. Once you're done defining the different construction types, you can also then go and select people, and you can define the number of people who are going to occupy each individual space. Revit will make an estimate of how many people might be in a room, but if you want to set a number yourself, click on the drop-down menu and select Specified. Then, you can enter the number of people that you want to have in that room. Next, you can click on Electrical Loads to define the interior loads inside a particular space. And just like with people, you can hit the drop-down menu, choose Specified, and then you can enter the actual load density for the lighting in your space. So to recap, we discussed how you can create HVAC systems in Revit, as well as how to define the internal and external loads for those HVAC systems by room. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson.